the concept of input, process, and output. And if you look at the output in the picture, it's looking good to taste. Well, to know about these concepts, we need to know the concept of constants and variables. Now, if I look at these pictures, well, I can see something delicious here as well, and probably they are going to get cut. But these are three different occasions with the same person. Probably the three different birthdays. Now, what do you understand from that? By the way, who is this pretty woman? Do you know? That is Audrey Hepburn. Well, constants. These are values that do not change. If they do not change, then they remain constant. For example, your date of birth. And there's something called variable. These are the values which change with time. So we can say your age. Let's think once more. Then we get to some other variables like the price of a dress or the number of people who came in the seminar, because number of people cannot be always the same who attended the seminar. And there can be other variables as well. So, if I now look at some other examples, then now when we'll look at some other variables, then we'll say the variables are those whose values are to be freshly supplied. Like, what is the price of the dress? How many people are in the seminar? What is the cost of the ticket? In this way, I can identify a variable. Then, supplying value to a variable is called input in a program. Now, if you look at this statement, it will show input, enter the price of the dress, and P is going to hold the value of the price. Input, enter the number of people in the room, and the variable n is waiting to get filled by a number that represents the number of people in the seminar. Then, input, enter the cost of a ticket, and whatever is the cost of the ticket, put that in the variable which is C. So I can say that this variable is containing something. That something has a value that represents the value of that particular thing. And after we get the input, that means after we come to know or whether the variable has been filled with whatever as the corresponding number, I know what the process is, because whatever the number is, the process is going to stay the same, which will be the product of, like, if the cost of a ticket and how many tickets, then total cost will be whatever is the cost of one ticket into whatever is the number of tickets required. It will not be addition or subtraction or division. That is what we are working in the process. And after the process works out, we need to know what the result is. So the result is something that has to be printed. Otherwise, the storage of the variable does not echo the result. Okay, now we look at something similar but different. Here, oh my God, I am liking the output and would like to taste it. And the output, well, output was made from some process. And the process could be done because some inputs were supplied. Well, the inputs, okay, are quite a few. Then something was done. And the process is not just one step. The process had quite a few activities. And the output is finally ready. Then we do some other similar activity, like something called shopping. Mainly it is done by ladies most of the time. And we say, come, let's go and buy a few things. But we do not know what the prices are. No, we don't even know what are we going to buy. But we do know what to do. That means we are programmed for shopping. So, if we have to go for shopping, and there what we do is we choose the item and then we look at the price. Price of the first thing, which could be whatever you can think of. And one more thing taken, whose price also will be something. And one more thing, and whatever with a number of things. After the things are taken, how to calculate the total price? To calculate the total price, we have to use just think and guess. Are we going to add them or multiply them or divide them? What? No matter what the values are in the variables, we know what to do with the variables to get the total price. And after finding the total price, calculating the total price, we need to print the total price. And after printing the total price, we get to know the value of the result. And thus, the process of shopping or the program of shopping is done. And it marks the beginning of programming with such processes. Okay?